It's being filmed, woman! I have to get the, oh, right, well, ignore that. Ignore, that has never happened. Do you want to know how many Olympic gold medals we've won in 90 years competing as an independent nation? How many? 10! Thing is we were stripped of one for drugging the fucking horse. There we are, thanks for coming. Thing is actually of the other 9, 3 of them were won by a lady called Michelle Smith in swimming while she was on speed. Yeah, also true, you can verify that. She wasn't stripped of them for reasons I will never understand. Take those out of the equation, 6 fucking gold medals in 90 years. Scotland, a nation of similar size, population and lifestyle. You bastards won 7 in London alone. I don't like that stat as much as you. 7 gold medals. I wouldn't mind if it was any other country on earth, but this is Scotland, the home of chocolate pizza, deep fried Mars bar and heart disease. You shouldn't beat anyone in a sport. In fact, the only thing I think Ireland's finest sporting achievement to this day remains winning the Quidditch World Cup. Felt a special level of patriotic when I realised that one. So yeah, ditch the Olympic dream then and there. Bearing all that in mind, probably wise, but the Oscar, that I could fucking do. I knew it. I knew it. What's your name?
Margaret.
Margaret. Yes? Sorry, I just always wanted to do that. I often lose people of your age bracket. We're going to acknowledge that you're a different generation. Margaret, is that right?
Only just.
Only just, okay. And in Margaret's day, if she wanted to win an Oscar, you see, that's the thing, it's very different. I lose middle-aged people at this point because they say, you could not have possibly believed you were going to win an Oscar. That I do not, you're too intelligent. I get the impression you're too intelligent to have genuinely thought that. And I always say it's very different, because back, if Margaret wanted to win an Oscar in her day, we'll acknowledge there was a day that you were around and I wasn't. If Margaret wanted an Oscar, she'd have done a few things differently. She'd have worked on some accents, you'd have got some experience behind you, done a few drama lessons, built up a bit of a network. Nowadays, our generation here, we know we don't have to do any of that shit. We know that if we want to achieve our wildest dreams, all we have to do is believe in ourselves. And I did. I had all the self-belief in the world. I knew it was going to be me. I was going to win that Oscar. I was so sure of this. I had no fucking plan. I have no acting experience still to this day. None. I never thought that was necessary. I didn't think a little thing like no experience whatsoever would stand in my way somehow. I just knew it was going to happen. And I road tripped from New York to LA in 2011. And I stopped at all these little cities on the way. And I pretended to be excited about Nashville, Philadelphia, Austin, Texas, and all that. But I was actually just pumped the entire time. Pumped, desperate to get to Los Angeles, California, the city that I knew would one day become my home. I would never call it home, by the way. I would be based there professionally. Divide my time between Ireland, England, and the States so that I could stay grounded and remain in touch with the friends from before my show business days. Hollywood wasn't going to get to me, no. I was going to remain level-headed like that. And I showed up in Los Angeles, California, and my genuine plan to get stardom was that I would just walk around and someone would spot me and hand me an Oscar-worthy role on a plate. I genuinely thought that was how, I was so sure, and I had no plan, I just thought that was a feasible thing, but actually in the closing days before I got there though, I changed my mind and I said no, I'm going to compensate some of my morals to get this Oscar-worthy role, and I decided that what I would do is I would sleep with a casting director to get my foot in the door. I enjoyed that because I like a plan that can't fail. I genuinely thought, oh yes, casting directors of Hollywood, California, they see the best looking human beings on earth every fucking day, but this is the shit that they wouldn't be able to resist. I don't know why I thought that. I genuinely thought that plan had legs when I arrived in California, September 1st, 2011. Despite the fact that the previous night I had been to Las Vegas, Nevada, where I was mistaken for a prostitute and not paid very much. I will explain. I'm getting a few. Any legal types in tonight? You can all relax. I didn't solicit. You don't have to tell your friends. I did not solicit in any way, and what I would have done would have been legal in this country. for the benefit of the camera, I'm not going to name the names that I usually do. So I'm going to say I was with two friends. Friend A pulled very quickly, and our room in Caesar's Palace was no longer available to me. She had it, I didn't. So I needed to find somewhere to stay. Now they say Las Vegas as a city, it never sleeps. I've got narcolepsy, I fucking do. I needed to find board, so I took to the streets in a manner which would have made my late grandfather quite proud. And I was at this bar and I met a gentleman. Now I will also say, at the time, I was a math student and I was into three things: fractions, multiples, and inequalities. And on my bucket list were two things. One day I'm going to sleep with a man more than twice my age. One day I'm going to sleep with a man less than half my age. Now, at this point, I would like you all to relax.